What is journalism and why is it crucial for a free society? Truth in itself has value. Journalism, in its purest form, is the guardian of truth. What do journalists do? They hold people with power to account, people who have the power to influence democracy, business and culture. Journalists act as watchdogs on behalf of the public. Imagine if we lived in a world that nobody fact-checked the claims of politicians or investigated dodgy deals, or looked into the people who have suffered abuse. It would be a pretty grim picture, don't you think? Manipulation of truth, of information, has always been a tool used by despots and dictators. But if we take democracy for granted, we soon find out how fragile it can be, that it is not a given and it is not permanent. Democracy constantly evolves and we need to take care of it, nurture it, just like a plant. A very telling example is Donald Trump. He kept talking about fake news in order to normalize lies. He called a spade a parrot, metaphorically, and he thought it was okay to do so. When he lost in the 2020 US presidential elections, he called it fraudulent, yet he had won the previous election with a smaller margin. All this happened in the United States of America. He would get away with all of that if there were not a free press, fact-checking every word that came out of his mouth. Journalists who work day and night to defend truth, to call lies lies and not sugarcoat them as fake news. Remember that for many journalists across the world, that level of freedom is unimaginable, or at best a luxury. Criticizing the president can lead to a prison sentence, to torture, and worse. Censorship is a fact of life that journalists have to grapple with. There is also another function to journalism, and that is to make us aware of all the cool things happening around us. A new game, a thrilling TV series, a new technology that transforms how we interact with nature. This is a thinking exercise. Have 3 pieces of paper in front of you. Label them as local, national, and global. Now think about the issues affecting your local community. Come up with 3 areas that you think need investigating, or 3 stories that people beyond your community should know about or might be interested in. Repeat this with the country. Think of 3 stories that you would be interested in working on or important for a wide audience. Now, if you wanted to zoom out further and look at the world at large, what 3 issues or stories would you pick? Write them down and let them brew for now. We'll get back to them later.